So you get home from work, you just took a banging photo earlier that day. Maybe it was some food that you ate. Maybe it was a picture that you took of your outfit, work life, or maybe it was a beautiful landscape that you took on the way to work. And you say, you know what? I want to post this on Instagram. You go to Instagram, do a couple little edits, throw a little filter on it, then you wait an hour because you got to think of a great caption, and you post it, and then you realize, man, it's really, really fuzzy. This is not the picture I had on my phone. What Instagram does, and typically what they do when you post a photo on Instagram, is they take that photo and they compress it. They say, you know what, we want to stay true to a value of what we're presenting to our users on our platform. And they say, we're going to take that photo and make it very, 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 very small. So when they do put that photo and or video out, it's instant, it's quick, and you can see it quick, and you can scroll on your timeline. This video here, we're going to talk about how we can post on Instagram without losing that quality. But without losing the quality and posting on Instagram, there's three main things you want to pay attention to when it comes to posting on the timeline. The very first thing is the dimensions and the aspect ratio. So when it comes to the aspect ratio, there's three different things you want to take a look at. The first thing is the square format, which is 1:1. The second thing is the landscape format, which is 9:16. And the last one is the 4:5, which you see a lot of people are posting on right now, which is that long, thick picture that takes up a lot of space in your timeline. So the first one is 1080 by 1080, which is the 1:1 square format. I found success actually using 1280 by 1280. So when I upload the photo using 1280 by 1280, I see that it restores and retains a lot more data than I would, especially for videos, than I would if I would have used the 1080 by 1080. So when you're cropping a photo and or video, make sure it's saved in those particular formats of 1080 by 1080 and or 1280 by 1280, because it's going to keep it in that square format and upload that video without losing a lot of the data. So think of when data goes to different things, it goes to a threshold, and every threshold it goes to, it loses more data. So you want to pretty much set it and crop it to the way it's the standards of way Instagram wants, so it doesn't lose a lot of that data. It can just say boop and post. The next thing is the 9:16, which you see a lot of people are going away from, which is pretty much the landscape version. If you have a beautiful landscape that you took, you went to a beautiful mountain or a city landscape and you post that, 9:16 is typically what people are going to use for that. And when you post it, just make sure you crop that. That is actually 1080 by 1920. So if you want to save that, now if you flip that, the 9:16, so 16 by 9 for the landscape, and then 9:16, and that's what you have when you're storing. So if you crop or say something on your story and it's 9:16, I have that nice portrait mode. The last one is the 4:5, which you see a lot of people going to, a lot of people using. I mentioned it before. I mentioned this before. You've probably seen on my profile. It's 4:5. So the aspect ratio is 4:5. And what that aspect ratio gives, it gives you a nice full photo that you can put on your timeline. It takes up a lot of space and get a lot of data and information in there. You also can flip that and do the 5:4, which you don't see many people using. But when it comes to the 4:5, when you're saving or cropping that, try to save it at 1080 by 1350. 1080 by 1350 is equivalent to that 4:5 aspect ratio. I've noticed when I'm in Lightroom or Photoshop and I save a photo and that at 1080 by 1350, and I upload to Instagram, it retains a lot of the data. So I notice whenever you edit, crop, or straighten or sharpen anything in the Instagram app using the Instagram tool, it's going to take that photo and it's going to lose a lot of the data. So before you even post, just post it strictly on Instagram. Don't use a lot. Don't do any edits within Instagram, because it's going to take a lot of that data away, and post it as is. Just bypass that editing section so you can retain a lot of the data. So those are three different ways I post on Instagram. When it comes to keeping the quality of my videos and photos. I take all the photos that I post and all the videos that I post. I've been editing for about 15 years now, so a lot of the photos that I post are they don't come out as great because I'm not the best photographer, but I do a lot of post processing that helps out with the quality. So stay tuned. I'm going to post more. I'm going to get a workout in. The Eagles lost yesterday, so I got a lot of frustration to get out. I don't know what to say about yesterday. The Eagles freaking suck. All right? The Eagles suck. I don't understand. We can't catch a pass, right? Deshaun Jackson's not in, and we can't catch a pass. Alshon Jeffrey, I don't know what he's doing. Second to seeing him out there running slow, mundane routes. I need him to put a little pep in his step. Hey, look, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Please do. I'm going to post more content out. a lot more around editing and processing, how to get great pictures and how to make some of that stuff pop. So, all right, guys,